Welcome to NAB 2014. My name is Markus Sir. I'm the product manager for the AMIRA. The AMIRA has very optimized ergonomics for single operator and shoulder mount operation. First place, it's the dovetails on top and bottom of the camera, so you can bring every lens onto a perfect balance point onto your shoulder. So this is for the shoulder pad in the same way as for the viewfinder. The AMIRA has three different mounts to change. So there's the PL mount, there's the B4 mount with an optical element included, and there's an EF mount. You can change the mount within 40 seconds in the field on the set. It's very easy to be done. The AMIRA has three integrated motorized ND filters, densities of 0.6, 1.2 and 2.1. On the right side of the camera, we have the audio inputs, so there are three XLR connectors for 4 channels, one stereo, 2 mono. You can select between line, microphone input and phantom power. There's also a headphone jacket here with volume control. And there are several in and outputs here. You see 2 HDSDI outputs. There's a channel lock and sync input. There's the timecode in and output. There is a Hiroshi 4-pin, a Lemo 2-pin 12-volt output. There's also a D-tap on the battery mount. There's an interface for accessories and a battery or power input here. In front of the camera, you see a connector for ENG style lenses, a 12-pin Hiroshi connector. And there's also an RS 3-pin connector for 24-volt power out and record start-stop functionality. The AMIRA records onto CFast 2.0 cards. These cards support very high data rates, up to 350 megabyte writing speed. And that way the AMIRA can write 200 frames per second in ProRes 444 onto that card. You get all the benefits you have in the Alexa, you get here in the AMIRA in the same way. And it goes up to 200 frames here, so you have the same image quality from 0.75 up to 200 frames. All the controls are on the left side, so a single operator can control the camera from the left side. There are switches for quickly switch between functions like white balance, like exposure index, like there's the user button which you can configure certain functions on. All switches are configurable with the values you want to have them. There's a complete audio section, so the AMIRA has 4 channels of audio inputs and 4 recording channels. So there's full audio functionality like you typically have on an ENG camera. Brand new on the AMIRA is the viewfinder, so there's an OLED eyepiece here and there's a fold-away TFT display. So that display serves for 2 purposes. On the one side is a live view, so you have the same image as in the viewfinder you have here on the display. But it also serves for camera operation, so you have access to all camera settings here through that interface, which is very similar to what the Alexa has with the 6 buttons and the direct control of values here. The AMIRA has a very advanced 3D LUT-based color pipeline, so in that way you can trim or modify the colorimetry of your images within the camera in a way how you typically do that in a grading system. So you can import looks from a grading system or modify looks in the camera with all the parameters you have in a grading system like AAC, CDL, or also like typical video parameters like Ni or like gamma or like saturation. The AMIRA is a very future-proof camera, so it has an FPGA-based architecture, so the electronics are programmable also afterwards by software updates. So we're doing that with the Alexa very intensively. We're also going to do that with the AMIRA. So a lot of new functions will come over the lifetime of the AMIRA. It is a very rugged and reliable body. The electronics are sealed, so they're protected against dust, against humidity, against water. The lens mount and all the housing is very stable also for rough conditions. For more information, please go to our website. Thank you.